Hello, Mikhail.
Hello, Mohammed. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. What about you?
Mm, Not bad.
Not bad
Yes, not bad.
and not good?
It's everything is good, not bad.
Okay, that's good.
Okay.
Elfie, Luba,
Hello.
how are you, Luba?
I'm fine, thank you. I'm great. And you?
Everything is fine. How is your work?
Mm, it's great too. I'm okay. And you? What
Well,
about your work?
my work it's little bit hard and it's crazy. It's making me crazy.
Crazy work. Interesting.
Hello, Alexander.
Hello, Mohammed.
How are you?
Fine, and you?
Everything is fine. So, guys, we speaking today about our life
Childhood.
as far. Do you know what does it mean? Anybody know what does it mean?
Not
Short story.
exactly. Probably we will speak about childhood. I just read their prescription to this lesson. Yes.
Okay. Valerie, how are you?
Fine. And you?
Everything is fine. Good. So, Valerie, do you have any idea about our today's lesson?
Mm, no, not really.
First of all, it's some general information about our life, how it was and how we started, and started from the day of our delivery with your family and how you raised in your family, with whom, like this. It's general information about everybody, and it's a chance for everybody how can express his life when he start to be grown up and to be understanding person and with whom he was living, how how he raised with his family. It's like this. So everybody he will have a chance to speak a lot about himself. Okay, Valerie, let's start with you. Do you remember when it was your first memory? Like what exactly you can remember about your childhood and when it was your first memory and what exactly you remember about it?
Well, mm, my oldest recollections are connected with the age of 3, when I was 3 years old, and in summer I was sent to my grandparents, who lived in in the countryside, and it was a mountainous area, quite rarely populated. So, and I remember my granddad, who liked pampering me, who liked giving me some presents, and we used to go fishing with him. So he took me, although I was quite young, 3 years old. I remember him taking me for fishing and even sometimes hunting. And so we left the village and went into the forest for several days. Yeah, so he liked teaching me something, although I could learn quite little at that age. So these are my oldest recollections.
Okay. Good that you remember about this because it was very nice memory for you, I think.
Yeah, it's for me. Of course, it was a change of place, and I think that I loved my granddad very much, and he died when I was 6 years old. So yeah, that's it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Luva?
Mm. So I remember also um, me in age about 3 years old when I was 3 years old, and there was one very stressful moment in my life when all my hair was cut off, and I was crying very, very much about this. And up this time, I don't cut my hair anymore. That's why they are so long. Yes, but that time I was really very, very upset about this.
And how old are you? How it was your old in that time?
How was I that time?
Yeah.
I suppose I was about 3 years old because I can remember it. I can remember very.
Okay. Alexander?
I think it was about it was in age about 3 years too. I lived in other city. Uh, in it's near the mountains Ural. I was riding a small bicycle, and when I back home, my bicycle broke down to two parts of this.
Was it one Chinese bicycle?
I don't remember.
I'm just joking.
Okay. So, uh, another question for everybody. Uh, Valery, do you remember who gave the opinion of your name?
My first name.
Yeah.
Well, I know of long-term dispute between my parents regarding my how to call me, because they're both Buryats, and my father wanted to give me a Buryat name, but fortunately, and I am and will be very thankful to my mother that she stood on her opinion to not to give me a Buryat name, and she and her mother, my grandmother, gave me the name of my late uncle. I mean, the uncle at that time he died 5 years before I was born. So, and that's why my name is Valery. So I love my name. It's very, to me, it
You like
sounds
your name.
really, yeah, I do love my name, and I'm very grateful. I can repeat it to my mother that she didn't let my father call me with a Buryat name. Yeah.
Okay. Good. Nice. Very nice. Over?
Me?
Yeah.
So my full name sounds like Любовь, and that means love. And I know that my parents, there was a big love between them, and I was named as Любовь. That means love. So,
Yeah, it is a
So,
beautiful. It is a beautiful name.
yes, it's a beautiful, very beautiful
thank
name
you.
because I even don't
Thank you
understand
very much, Valery. Valery ever makes good, how is it?
Compliment.
Compliments, yes. Yes. Thank you
No,
a lot.
yes, it's really very nice name, Luba. It's like as you see, as you said before, it's Lubo, it's
Mhm.
love, and I like this name also.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
But this name is nowadays not so popular. I suppose yes, I was only one that was at school. At whole school, I was alone with
Uh-huh.
this name.
Okay. Alexander.
About my name,
Yes, do you remember who started to call you this name and who registered this, or it
uh,
was from whom opinion?
I like my name. That's why I didn't ask my parents why did you choose this name.
No, it's nothing about you asking why. It's just information.
And
Uh,
that's why I don't know.
uh-huh. But even everybody like Valery and Lupa, they know the story of their name. So they like also their names, but they like uh, they like the story also about this. So it's no problem. You just everybody when he likes something like his name or the family name, some people they can ask the parents or the grandma if they living, if they're alive, they can ask them who start to call me this and who chose my name, something like this. It's like general information, and each person he like to know everything about his childhood when he was young, when he was little baby or something like that. For example, about my name, uh, it was about my father and my mother. They agree about this name together. I am the oldest one, and I am the first one for my family of my mother. I'm the oldest man in this family. So everybody who want to call me and everybody want to give me name, but they give the allowance for my father and my mother to choose my name, and my father he chose his grandfather name because it's my name Muhammad Sarwat Muhammad. Uh, so my father he liked his father. That's why my name is Muhammad, and my name is Muhammad Tawat Muhammad. It's belonged to my grandfather. So, Valeri, do you remember anything about your elementary school?
Not very much. Mm. I remember myself being absent-minded during my first school year. So absent-minded that I remember losing my sports outfit 3 times,
Hmm.
and I don't know how it happened to me. So my parents had to go to a shop, to a sports shop, and buy that sports outfit 3 times. And of course, for them it was quite a big financial burden. But I don't remember my parents shouted at me very loudly or spanking me on my butt. so they were quite tolerable and patient with me. Of course, I felt ashamed, but I couldn't explain why it happened to me 3 times within 1 school year that I lost my sports outfit. Yeah.
Another thing. Okay, Luba.
Yes, I remember my years at nursery school. That time, so I liked very much. I don't know how is it in English. Probably like crafty hands lessons. We did some landscapes out of leaves, out of как сказать, шишка. So that time was very funny and very careless, I would say. And yes, I remember that time very often when I was like like free, so to say. Yes, because of careless time with it.
Nice time.
Nice, yes, really. Without any duty, without such big problems, so to say.
Okay.
But that time when I was a pupil, I have thought that I was so busy, I had a lot of what to do, and sometimes I was so upset and unhappy. But today yes.
You understand exactly
Understand. Yes.
Okay. So you was very active girl when you was young.
I was not so active, but I like to do something. I like to play games in the yard with other children. We liked play in lapta. I don't know how is it in English, how to explain it, when one throw the ball and other.
Yeah, it's a Russian kind of baseball.
Yeah. It was great time. It was funny. And today I see that children they don't know what to play. They don't play that game that we were playing that time. I find their present childhood a little bit boring in compare with my childhood, but I aren't to appreciate this time, or not appreciate, to value, yes, so to say.
Yeah.
To discuss. I cannot speak properly English today. I don't know what's up with it. I do I make a lot of mistakes.
Because I think because Luba came from French today, she can't.
Probably.
Yeah, and it should be very late in Altai right now, right?
Yes.
What's the time?
It's 20 past 1 hour.
Okay. Alexander.
Right.
Could you repeat questions, Mohammed, please?
What do you remember about your elementary school?
Elementary school. When I was a child, I didn't like go to the kindergarten. That's why when I started study in school, it was holiday for me. I liked go to the school and write letters, and and other lessons. That's what I remember about school. I remember first meeting at on the 1st of September. There were a lot of flowers, balloons, pupils, and it was great.
Okay.
And yes, one remark. Everything was very tasty. I mean, food. That time, food, yes, was really very, very tasty. And I remember big automate. I don't know how was it with lemonades. Maybe someone of you remember the same when yes we could drink lemonades on the street from this, and it was really very, very tasty, very delicious.
Mhm. Okay. About my school, when I was young, it was very nice. Uh, all the people, all the kids, they were coming with their parents. It, in that time, it wasn't no school buses, so all the parents they going, they put the children by themselves, and it was very nice. Everybody know everybody, like my class, all my classmates. Our parents they know each other, and for example, if I want to go with my friends to their house to stay, to play, to do something, um, my mom she coming to me every day after the school, after the day, and she's saying to me, okay, you want to go somewhere or you will go home? I'm saying to her, Mama, I need to go to some friends, and she go with me and sitting with me. They spending together, parents are spending time together, children are spending time together, and teachers they were very lovely, and they were having the knowledge about how to educate, like how to deal with the children, even if they understand little bit or they have some problem for understanding, they know how to give the information for the kids. It was very nice. Also, time when we're going to plan for any trip, everybody going for this trip, all the students they going, we're having very good memory. Yes, I like that time very good, and I like it uh, very much. And sometimes I wish I couldn't be grown up like this and to stay young and stay kids, but there is no escape. Okay. Uh, is there anybody would remember about their neighborhood when he was young, how they were treating him?
About neighborhood.
Yes, neighborhood.
Mm-hmm. Do you mean neighbor children as well? Yes, or neighbor
No,
kids?
never children, but the mostly about the people, like your family's neighborhood.
А, мгм. Соседи, правильно? Соседство. Am I right?
Yeah,
Neighborhood is an area where you live.
Окрестность.
people that they living near you in the area.
А,
This a
area.
district, an area.
Окей, окей. Мгм.
Do you remember something, Valery?
Well, I lived in Ulan-Ude, that's my native town, and I was growing up during the 90s, and that period of time was quite criminal for Russia, and Ulan-Ude wasn't an exception. And I remember my district being absolutely criminal. And my school was quite criminal too. I mean, some younger children were bullied by older guys, and they were forced to bring some money or even products, some packs of tea. And I knew that this kind of, I don't know how to call it. So this was taken by older students and carried to prisons. It was a system very well done, very well built for the so-called warming up prisons, and there were a lot of criminal colonies, where prisoners were kept around Ulan-Ude. So, and I was among the few guys who didn't conform to the rules, so I just rejected bringing these money or products, and once I was beaten, I was in hospital for 2 months, So I wasn't of very high opinion of my district, and I dreamt of leaving my district, my neighborhood, and going somewhere else to live. So now I live in Moscow. Of course, I should knock on wood 3 times, but I've never had any incidents. Although in my native town there have been quite a few incidents where I had to fight in the street. So Moscow is safer place for me to live. Strange as it may seem, but in fact it is.
Okay, thank you, Valery, for sharing this information.
Pardon?
Luba.
Oh, my childhood was more cheerful, I would say.
Because you were a girl, Luba. You were a girl.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I heard a lot of such stories like that was happened with boys very often that time.
Yeah, money extortion.
Of course, it was very hard, and my parents had also some problem with the work, but so I was lucky because I could spend my summer holidays in a village where lives my grandma, and I liked that time very much. I had a lot of friends there because yes, it's very nice for baby to have a rest, to have holidays, and being in a village and in the country. I mean, because of fresh air, because of no fears, so to say. Because it was really more safer to run on the streets in the village where everybody knows each other. Yes. That wasn't in the city.
Okay. Alexander?
Neighborhood where I lived when I was a child was a new built area. There were a lot of new buildings, new roads, new small trees, and I liked everything new. Um, there were a lot of places to play for children. Um, what can I say else? There were no war or criminals. It was great.
What else?
Mm. There were a lot of children because in that time was born a lot of children in our city. Mm. And it was весело, как сказать, joyful, no?
Cheerfully.
Cheerfully. It was cheerfully.
So, about my neighborhood, first of all, I born in my grandmother's house, and my father wasn't with me in that time. He was in another country, and I didn't see my father, and he wasn't be with me till 1 year of my age. He came on the first birthday for me when I complete 1 year. For this reason, my mom and me were living in her parents' house. It's different area. I grown up there for 3 years, and it wasn't unpleasant area, but it was nice. Some people they having uh, a lot of strange behavior, like children and grown-up people. It wasn't a good area from the beginning, and I'm thankful for my mom because when I start to be grown-up and to be realizing exactly what's the area around me or the atmosphere or the social society that we are living in, and uh, she realized that time that she have to move from that area, and we moved to our house. Uh, I started growing up with new children, good people, educated, even older than me. They were take care of me. They were helping me. It was very nice time, but thanks God that I didn't remember exactly uh, when I was 2 years or something like this because it's not a very good memory. Started to be good memory and to realize everything when I was having 2.5 years or 3 years almost. So that's it, and let's move to another question. Okay, Valerie, when it was your first job, and how old you was, and how you get this first job?
My first job. Mm, Oh, my very first job was mm, well, when a student, I helped my uncle with fixing cars. So it was a part-time job for me. And well, I can't say that I'm very good at fixing cars, but I was interested, and my uncle taught me a few things about, and now I can fix my own car. Mm, Sometimes, not always, yeah, but I can detect what the problem is, and it sometimes helps me not to be cheated at service, yeah,
Yes.
service companies, service stations.
Surface station, yes.
Yeah, service car stations. Mm. So, and it was fun, and actually it was very useful, and I was very proud that I could make money for myself, and so I wasn't dependent on my parents. So I could afford myself in summer to go to Baikal and sometimes to other regions of Russia. Yes, and of course I could save some money for hanging out, dating some girls, buying a bouquet of flowers, yeah, some, hard drinks. So it helped me with my self-estimation, and so money and this job helped me feel like a grown-up person. And
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, what about you, Luba?
I remember about my job in like students' union. When I was studying at the university, I was a head of like it's not a trade union, but it's like a students' union. I don't know how to explain it. So in every faculty, not faculty, just a moment, I will check it.
Department.
Every department, yes, department at the university had such community service. So, and I was ahead of this like service, and our task was to help students with some problems to prove their rights, I mean students' rights, and this job wasn't paid, but I appreciate this experience because I sorry, was it no? Because yes, I had experience with communication with people, and it is very necessary in my nowadays job. Yes, and the biggest like payment for me was that I was people needed me, and I could help them. So it was really great. I communicated a lot.
Now you have experience with the people needs and how you can help them, and now
Yes.
you are grown up now, you're getting more experience about it.
Yes, you're right.
Alexander?
My first job was when I studied at school, when I was on vacation. I had been working for 1 month in the building which was repairing to be hospital. And when I finished work, I get salary, and bought bicycle for myself, for me.
How old?
It was in age of 13.
Okay. How old are you right now with them?
Right now, now I am 37 years old.
Okay.
Only 37.
Only.
Healthy for you and wish you good health. For me also, when I started to work, I was working with my dad in his office. He was employer and in the university, but he was having business, private business for himself. And that time I was having like 10 years or something like this. But I was working with him and I wouldn't take any money. I wouldn't take any salary. When I was asking him about salary, he was saying to me, "You are working in your place. If you are working in your place, you don't need to take money." So, and after this, for 3 years, when I was having 13 years, I started to work with another man when I was having vacation in summer holiday. I worked also in the buildings for repairment of the houses, how you repair the house, and how you're painting, about a lot of things. And it was first time to get salary. I was taking something very small amount, and I was very proud of this because I I could do something and to get money by myself, and I was happy in that day. And actually, I didn't buy anything. I was going to buy some clothes. So first one, I bought nice T-shirt. It was at that time like T-shirt was famous actors or famous singer or something like this. It was very popular in our city in that time. So I was happy that I was buying something like this from my own money.
Mohammed, can I ask you, and how old are you? If it's not a secret.
No, it's not a secret. I'm 32.
32. Mhm.
Okay, let's move to another one. Alexander,
Yes?
are you married?
Not, I'm not married.
Okay. So, do you remember about first girlfriend when you was in the school?
In the school?
Yeah. You was having girlfriend when you was in the school or when you in university?
I remember the first girlfriend from the kindergarten.
And what you can remember and what you can tell us about it?
I can tell you about we took picture near the New Year tree. And I have this picture. I don't know where. Of course, we did. We kissed. each other. Yes, but that's all. That's all.
Okay. You didn't meet this girl again when you were grown up, or when you're becoming adult guy, university, after university, you didn't meet her before, after this?
Uh, Sorry, I didn't understand.
You didn't meet this girl after this?
After this, of course, it was, but I don't remember brightly. Um, at school was one girl, but we didn't meet often. Just was speaking in the classroom, and
Okay. Ruba.
I remember one boy at school, and every girl liked him. I wasn't like exception. I liked him too. And one day drew drew attention to me. And after this day, I finished liked him. Finished liking him. It wasn't so seriously. I how is it? I started dating seriously only at the university. Yes, at school I was thinking mostly about studying. So nothing seriously was that
You are
time.
married, Ruba?
Yes, I am. Mhm.
When did you get married?
6 years. No, 4 years ago. 6 years ago, I met him, and we are married for 4 years already.
Do you remember the day of your marriage?
Sorry, can you repeat?
Do you remember the day of your marriage?
Yes, exactly. I remember everything, day when I met him, and day of our marriage. So I remember everything.
Because the woman all the time they remember something like it. Okay, wish you good happy life with your husband.
Thank you a lot. I wish you too.
Valery. Valery?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember about your first girlfriend when you was in school or kindergarten or university?
During kindergarten, school, and university, year of any serious relationship. So I told I was a real nerd. You know this word nerd?
No.
No, a nerd is a person who is engrossed in studying, and he studies all the time, and he doesn't pay attention to hanging out, going out, drinking. So he's into books, into study, into literature, reading. Yes.
Yes,
So
I
it's such a person is a nerd.
Could you spell this word?
Nerd,
N-
N-N-E-R-D. Nerd.
Okay.
Nerd. So I was, I was a real nerd, and I was not sure of myself, and I didn't dare to come up to girls close.
You was shy boy when you was young.
Very shy, and so I was not very mature, and I was very shy and tried not to think about girls.
Mm-hmm. You was thinking about your study, about yourself. Okay. Valerie, do you remember
pardon?
about the day of your marriage?
Yeah, of course I do.
Okay.
Well, actually, yeah, I had 2 marriage days because we got married first in Moscow, and then we went next year. We went to my native town, where we had our next second wedding for my relatives. So that was an unofficial, of course. The first wedding in Moscow was official, but the second wedding in Ulaanbaatar was much more cheerful and much more crowded.
Mm-hmm.
It was just because my wife got pregnant, and
Mm-hmm.
suddenly, all of a sudden, she got pregnant, and we couldn't fly to Ulaanbaatar to have our wedding, and so we had to arrange it in Moscow.
Okay. About me, I wasn't also paying attention for girls or for anything else. I was spending all my time with playing and doing some sports till I start to be in the prep school, and I started to have like 14 years when I start to looking for a girl for dating, like to hang up with friends and to meet some girls in the street, laughing, joking, something like this. And because my school, it was already was mixed, girls and boys. Uh, I didn't know any girl from my class like to be my girlfriend, but we are all friends together. We grown up together like we're brother and sister. There is nothing to think about it. And when we start to be out of this school, uh, we start to find some other different students. But I didn't have any girlfriend when I was young, and I start when I was in the college, and that's it. This is what I remember about my first time. Okay, Luba, tell me about the happiest memory in your life.
The happiest, the happiest time was the birth, my daughter's birth. It's the happiest moment in my life
That's very good.
that I remember.
Alexander?
I can't choose the happiest.
The most happiest moment for you.
The most happiest. Maybe when I bought a car,
Aha, that's good.
a first car.
That's very good. What it was the type of the car? What is the kind?
Type?
Yes, the kind of the car. Model.
Model. It was Lada. Do you know?
Yes, I know that.
Yes.
It's the most popular model of Russian cars.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay, Valerie?
Well, whenever I go on holiday is paradise time for me, and these are absolutely happy moments. when I can stay in a big family hotel and indulge myself in everything and take care of nothing but to have a rest to the full. So these are the happiest.
This was the happiest moment to you?
Pardon?
So it was the happiest moment for you, create family.
Well, I'm quite a calm person, and I cannot really say for sure which moments are the happiest. So I try not to go into extremes, and I try to be on balance. And for me, it's not really not very appropriate to be on cloud 9 from something. So I try to be reserved and take things easy. Not easy. Take things easy and not to go into despair, and at the same time not to be overfilled with joy and happiness. So because the happier you are, then it might be more painful to go down. Yes, and if you're somewhere in the middle, then you're safer, and you can avoid going into extremes. I mean, falling into despair or falling into too much joy, happiness. So I'd rather stay calm. So I'm not into trying to be very, very happy.
Okay. So, as for me, it was the happiest moment when I was in the presence of the delivery of my daughter. My daughter right now, she is 27 of September, she will be 3 years old. And I was in the operation room with her, with my wife, and I took my daughter first of all, before her mom, before everybody, and we stayed together first 3 hours in her life with me, and we have here something in Ukraine, like they have to give the child for the father first to get used and to get familiar to each other. She was half naked, like she's all naked, and I was half naked from my chest, and she was already on my chest for 3 hours. It was the biggest and the happiest moment with me. It was very good time for me, and from that time we start our relation between me and my daughter. It was the happiest.
I would say that you are a brave man. Because it's really.
Thank you.
Yes.
This is for me, and it's my daughter. It's everything for me. And, I love her so much. Uh, I can do a lot of things. If I can, I will do everything I can for her and to keep her in safe and to raise her in a very good way and very good attitude, something like that. So this is the end of our lesson today. It was very interesting talk about our life, and it remind us with very good memory. We couldn't forget about it, and we will never forget about it because it was very nice memory. Thank you for everybody for sharing information and for speaking without any fear about this.
Thank you.
Wish for all good nights and happy evening for everybody.
Thank you, Mohammed, for interesting questions.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good
Goodbye.
night.
Goodbye.
Good night. Bye bye.
Bye bye.